Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of meeting with Rick Cheatham. He's a consultant with BTS. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's start our conversation by explaining to our audience, what does BTS do?
What we really do is strategy implementation. So we're not going to be the people that come in and help you decide what to do. But once you've decided that change must happen, we're the folks that help you get that done. We often refer to ourselves as the people side of strategy because there are lots of consultants out there that can build org charts and workflows for you. But how you basically align people to a strategy, get them to believe that it's the best thing to do for themselves and their clients, and then ultimately build the capabilities for them to be successful. That's where we come in.
All this work is done against the backdrop of massive changes. How would you describe those changes, and why do the old methods of delivering training and preparing people for reality no longer work?
What we discovered is that people were no longer trusting their judgment as they once did. They were no longer able to say, because my experience says X, I can depend on the future being Y. And so a lot of where we come in on these kinds of things is to actually build simulations to help people practice the future state. We don't want sellers or even executives in the other parts of our business experimenting for the first time with clients, right? We want them to practice the new skill, practice the new behavior in the form of a simulation where they can actually learn from their peers.
Explain how you have reinvented the learning model.
We are very critical about, okay, so if we need a change in behavior, how can we get that change in behavior in the least intrusive way possible? So first we say, what can be communicated? So what can great leaders just set expectations? You know, salespeople are naturally competitive. If you give us some finish line, we're going to run towards it. So if we can't communicate it, what can we tool? So how can we give people that, quick thinking of, this is what chief marketing officers are looking for right now. These are the trends in retail. Whatever the in the moment tool is that could give people information when they're going on a sales call, I don't need to train you for that. We'll tool it. Then we get to, again, from a user perspective, if I can't just set expectations, if I can't give you a tool to make you better in the moment, then I'll train you. And that training, again, more often than not, has to be about how you live your life, where you're going to go tomorrow, not kind of a textbook approach with a bunch of models that you have to figure out how to use on your next appointment.
And there are two things that come to mind. One is agility, and the other one is authenticity. So how do we train for that?
Both of these things, I think, and we'll start with just kind of the perspective of being great in an executive meeting. If I'm meeting with an executive for the first time and I think that, maybe she's going to be able to give me 30 minutes, I'm planning for a 90-minute sales call at least, because I have to be able to kind of climb the logic tree of all of the places that I think she could potentially want to go based on her role in her business, and then be ready to connect what I am capable of doing to the things that are the most important to her. If I have the right level of preparation first, and ideally if I've practiced first, then in the moment I can be truly in the moment, and I can be very authentic because I can co-create in a very prepared way. So it's almost preparation being the substitution for experience.
Once you have people going through your program, which is highly experiential, how do you follow up, and how do you ensure that learning continues?
Experiential learning is, frankly, in my opinion, the only way that you're really going to get mindset shift and build real capability. But then afterwards, what people need more often than not is a step-by-step approach to, how do I do this and get real-world results? So if we were to do a quick session on using client's language in your presentations, I wouldn't expect you to go through that session and tomorrow in your presentation completely perform in a different way. But what I might say is, when you build value proposition, make sure that clients' language goes in these two places. And this is what you should expect your clients to say or do if you do it right. And so that builds confidence, and it actually also builds a way of kind of in-process results measurements for sales managers and leaders to say, yes, my people are doing this, and we're getting the customer outcomes we expected.
So how can people learn more about your company, Rick?
So the easiest thing to do is probably head over to sales.vts.com and check us out. We're always happy to chat. We love meeting new people, getting to understand your business, and getting to learn from you as well. So it's a fun world we live in.